What's up, faithful? Welcome to the East Coast Red and Gold podcast. I'm Niners Jess, along with Ty Alston, Maddie B, and Niner Lady Dina. It is Wednesday, October 22nd. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Hey.
Happy Wednesday to all. Victory
Yes.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Yes.
As
Victory
Jameson said
Wednesday.
earlier today, he goes, the 49ers are 5-2? I'm like, yes, buddy. The 49ers
Darn
are 5.
tootin'.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, before we get started, we are brought to you by Faithful Gear. Get your customized Niners gear at faithfulgear209.com. Made for the faithful, by the faithful. Other way, Ty.
Oh, on my screen, I'm pointing right at it.
Oh,
Really?
yeah, no.
It's that way? It's reversed here? Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
Hey, Dina
I'm here just pointing.
froze.
Yeah. Hey.
There we go.
For now.
On. Hey, Sin.
Hey, Sin. Hey, Dawn.
All right, so 49ers football is back. We ran the ball 39 times. What do you guys think?
Why so few?
Time
Let's run at 50,
ran out.
right? Like, I don't know what happened the other day. Oh, wait, George Kittle came back and we changed the center. Weird how all that happened. Perfect storm, I guess. Now, all of a sudden, we can run the ball again. Run it. Where's Brian Robinson? Give Brian Robinson another 10 carries, too. He looked fantastic when he was in there. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, he looks like he's on rhythm. There goes Brian Robinson again. Let's go. Run the damn ball. Wendell Tyler, Roger Craig. This is the same sort of vibe. That's where the offense is being driven towards this year, basically. You don't really have a choice. So,
I think
follow
Brian
the money,
Robinson-
basically.
I think Brian Robinson played like 19 snaps or something like that.
It's
minimal.
why? Why did you trade a 6th-round pick for him to not use him? It just why? I don't get it. I love Christian McCaffrey so much, but like I love him so much that I want him to be around for a while, right? Christian McCaffrey's like my truck. Okay? Like I don't want to just drive it all the time. Like sometimes I want to stay in the garage. Sometimes I want to ride with somebody else. You know what I mean? Sometimes I want to, sometimes I want to grab another car to go to the store, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't need every touch. Okay? I know it's tempting to give him every touch, but it just seems like it's not a wise decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. The key, the real problem
I was really
is,
getting tired of seeing him out on the field. You know, should have been other guys stepping up.
Yeah, the real problem with CMC, well, we know the whole offense goes through him, right? This has been since he's gotten here. But on 3rd downs, 4th downs, key short yardage situations, Kyle just wants him on the field.
Yeah.
Right? Like we've seen it. It happened this game where they waved him back in. I noticed in the Rams game as well. CMC was ready to take himself out on a 3rd down, and Kyle waved him back in there. Nope, stay in the game. Right? And that 3rd down actually turned into a 4th down, and they waved him stay in there again. So when you don't want to, they don't want to take him off the field, even though he wants to take himself off the field. It's wild. So they got to find better ways of maybe getting Curtis Robinson in the game earlier. Let him rush on 1st and 2nd down a few times, right? Maybe early in the drive, off the kickoff, maybe you start the drive with Robinson. And then, like, if we pass the 50, you bring in CMC to do more heavy lifting. They just need to find ways to spell CMC a little bit more and get Robinson involved, because he, like Matt said, he does look real good when he's in there and given his opportunities.
I wasn't trying to cut you off. But also, like, those two being on the field at the same time, I have not seen enough either.
Yeah.
Their skill sets can complement each other. Like, it is silly to me that you can't have Brian Robinson on the field at the same time CMC's on the field, because you can flank CMC out wherever the hell you want. Or you could do the same thing with Brian Robinson. Or you could do the same thing with Kyle Juszczyk. Like, there's so many options. And like right now, you really, this is Forrest Gump's chocolate box at wide receiver right now. You do not know what you're getting every week, right? You have no idea, not a clue. So
Yeah.
why don't you go with what you can count on right now, which is your backfield and your tight ends. Also, we don't have to put Jake Tongas in mothballs just because George Kittle's back either.
No.
Like when these guys come back after they show they can play, like we don't have to like store them under the basement somewhere. Like they can be used again.
It's crazy. But just to reel it back real quick, Jess, because we kind of jumped off topic there. The run game, back to form, back to the run game. We know, the key, George Kittle being back played a huge part. We know he's best blocking tight end in football, right? Not just the best tight end in football, but best blocking, best overall. So having him out there is like having a 6 offensive lineman. And also, Kyle challenged these guys. He wanted 40 runs this week. We really got 32 from the running backs. The other came from the quarterback. But still, that plus 30 number is a number we strive for normally. So it was good to get back to that. And I think the offensive line as a whole, they know they got kind of whipped last week. So Kyle challenging them, they kind of took onus of that. And you heard them talking about it pregame that, hey, we got to get these 40 runs no matter what. It's on us. And they took it to heart and they went out there and delivered. So you got to take your hat off to them for, showing up.
Yeah. George Kittle didn't record a catch against the Falcons, but his impact was felt in the run game, which we all knew that was going to happen. Kittle on the field, 28 carries, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1.4 average yards before contact. Kittle off the field, 6 carries, 12 yards, negative 2.1 average yards before contact. Crazy.
Yeah. Like I said, you instead of having 5 offensive linemen on the field, you put 6 out there and you take advantage of that light front that they have. Like it's not rocket science. It's real easy. So I'm glad everyone stepped up and finally shown, we can play 49er football when we want to.
So, McNiner, I was just getting to that. The devastating loss of Jake Brendel. The offensive line, Jake Brendel actually whiffed on a block and pulled his hamstring.
Jake doing Jake things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, your guys' thoughts on
That's kind of would you call that the Brendel bundle? Like
The
you whiff on a block
sure.
and then you hurt yourself. Like
Yeah.
Brian says
pretty
that
much.
George is better than anyone on the 49ers offensive line.
You need to stop it, Brian.
So, thoughts on Hennessy coming in as center?
He played great. He played real good. He showed hunger and drive and the willingness to get in there and get dirty and
he
block
looked really
and get in
good.
people's faces. And he anchored and did well in pass protection. It wasn't just run blocking. He did well in pass protection also. So it's this is one of those things where the injury could be a blessing in disguise. That's all I'm saying.
Sin says that he's an upgrade.
he absolutely was the other day, just based on the eye test and everything I saw. How much better
Sunday
did
night, he was a huge upgrade.
Yeah.
Let me ask you another question. How much better did Dom Pooney and Colby look the other day with him in the middle as opposed to Brendel?
A lot better.
I wasn't like, what is going on with the interior of this line the other day? Mac Jones wasn't being beaten to death on every single play, right?
Right.
There was a noticeable difference. Oh, and P.S. they could run the damn ball. It was night and day. And I'm terrified that when this dude's ready to come back, they'd be like, oh, we got to get back in the lineup. No,
we don't.
No, thank you. We're good.
No, sir.
Not today, thank you.
With the way everything is right now, let's just, that's the best combination of offensive line work in quite a while. So And that
I
that was some of the
actually,
plus say that's some of the best play from the center position since freaking Alex Mack left, to be quite honest with you too.
Yeah.
I thought Hennessy did well. But I'm just going to just keep it right there until we actually see more.
Yeah, of
Because
course. It was just one
I
game.
actually saw the same thing I said the same thing about Connor Colby and, him coming in for Ben Barch, and he did really well. And then all of a sudden it kind of things stopped a little bit.
He got
Well, he
hurt
hurt
though.
himself too.
He hurt
True.
himself.
True.
Him and
Right,
Pooney
right.
both got hurt. So they're like, to me, they're like,
Well,
I
Pooney's
don't
been
know,
hurt.
probably 70%. He's been hurt, right? And he's
Right,
he's
right.
probably like his 100% right now, I think is probably a normal 75% of what he is. I think the same thing
Mhm.
happened with Colby and they're young players. So now
Yeah.
you've got two players that are banged up that are playing next to a guy that isn't banged up. He's just not. Well, Bob, what do you say you do here? Right? It's kind of
Yeah.
that with Jake Brendel.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
that vibe. So somebody comes in, just his backup comes in, somebody that we were kind of hoping would take over, right? Because, we've
Well,
been,
people wanted to see him. Yeah.
I
I know
think
I
almost
wanted to see him.
every 49er fan I know that knows anything about the offensive line has been like, hey, so Jake Brendel, why and why, right? And I keep
Yeah.
hearing, well, there's calls that need to be made, and there's this and there's that, and it's a lot more complicated than just snapping the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's fair, right? Totally fair. I
Right.
totally get that. But after what I saw the other night against a really solid defense, by the way,
Yeah.
They get after it.
and which is
Indeed.
P.S. coached by a guy who has been coaching against the Shanahan scheme for effing years, right? It's not like there was some sort of like mystery here.
No.
Like this was just the 49ers offensive line kicked the crap out of the Falcons defensive line the other night.
Pure and simple.
And that's not something
Mhm.
that's been happening a lot this year. So we as logical people are going to look at some of the things that happened and wow, hey, look at that. The center position just happens to be different. And that also helped increase the interior line. Now, maybe Pooney's a little healthier. Connor Colby, I know, is definitely a lot healthier. Somebody
Yeah.
mentioned it last week that he's starting to feel better. All
Yeah.
of a sudden, they're
Yeah.
starting to play better too. Weird how that works. So hopefully that continues, and we can keep trucking.
So how about the wide receivers? Your thoughts on them. This game. I know KB was a little, Mac Jones didn't go to him as much as the past two games.
Right.
Juwan Jennings was there, but he wasn't there.
Yeah.
He had the pass that he should have caught that wound up being an interception. Your thoughts on the wide receivers, Dina?
Yeah, I was kind of first I was impressed by what Bourne was doing, but then it looked like he was just all over the place for no apparent reason. Jennings was the same way. I could not believe that his fingertips touched a ball and he couldn't bring it down. Any other time, that would be a catch that he would get. And he just seemed out of sorts a little bit to me, but they really didn't impress me that much this time. I mean, usually I'm like all gung ho for Jennings. I love the guy in a way, but he was not, I don't know where his body and his head was somewhere else. I was glad that he had a few good blocks. But other than that, they really didn't impress me this time, which is a shame.
Ty, what do you think?
Yeah, well, there's two things. One, we all know what the game plan was. We're going to run the damn ball. Forget the passing. Like, this was a game where passing was secondary, maybe even tertiary, right? The game plan was to run the ball and run some more. So the passing game was limited. But if you look at the way the Falcons were playing defense, they were kind of laying off a lot and just allowing all the underneath stuff. That's why Christian McCaffrey just had a big day, because it was a bunch of dump offs, right? And a bunch of short passes to Jennings as well. Like, he did catch some key short passes. So the drop was bad. You don't want to see that. I was more upset over the Demarcus Robinson drop.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because that was a key
Yeah.
third down. We're driving. We're trying to put the game away, right? And it was right there, right through the breadbasket. And that's a catch these guys practice since they were kids. Like, you throw the ball high up in the air, you get under it, and you catch it. And then right through his arms. And you got to execute. I mean, that was his one target, his one catch. He's got to make it happen. So it wasn't a big passing day. You really can't judge them, because, once again, the game plan was just to run the ball and run some more. So it is what it is. I can't judge them too harshly.
Yeah, Maddie.
I mean, I considered Kittle a wide receiver when he's out being a receiver as well. He also didn't have a great time. Like,
well, they were
pass
doubling
was
him.
thrown off. They were, yeah, but that happens a lot, and they still managed to get ways to the ball. But as you mentioned, they were more concerned about running the ball. They weren't concerned about the throwing.
Right.
Jennings did have that key third down play that I thought was, the 3rd and Juwan thing. Like, he's going to have one in every single game, right? Yeah, the drop sucks. Like, of course it does. Kendrick Bourne seems to be like just in whatever thing he is with Mac Jones. When Mac Jones needs him, he knows Kendrick Bourne's there. If not, he's just going to where he needs to go. It seemed to me like they just decided they were going to run as much as they could through CMC the other day, because they left him open to do so. It was really weird. Like, there was no, like, it was like, oh, they're gonna get this to CMC. Yeah, there's CMC. Oh, they're gonna move CMC. Ah, there it is again, right? Like, I'm like, it was kind of like how Flacco just kept throwing to Jason Higgins the other day. It was like, it was the same
all the time.
Okay.
It was the same, like,
all the time.
okay, all right, here you go. Like, if you own him in fantasy football, you're like, man, I cannot ask for any more chances, right? Like, so, in terms of the receivers, Jennings hasn't been healthy all year. I don't know how unhealthy or healthy he really is, but I have no reason to think he's lying about how healthy he is. Let's let him get back to full strength. We might see Ricky Pearsall back someday. I don't know. Demarcus Robinson has been just, he's been boobs on a rattlesnake since he's been here. Just in the way. Like, he really has not done anything. He knows the system.
Yeah.
He's played in it for years, and that drop the other day, to me, Ty kind of stole my thunder on that. Like, to me, it's just like, Chris Conley makes that freaking catch.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Chris Conley made a bunch of big catches last year.
Yeah, he did.
Like, pretty sure he would have made that one.
Yeah.
So, like, again, what exactly is it you'd say you do here, right? This is your chance. We're still weeks away from Brandon Ayuk even possibly returning. Ricky Pearsall's MIA. This is your chance to step in and shine and get some reps. And they had to go and they had to get Kendrick Bourne off the friggin' street because you can't do it. Because you were suspended to start the year, and now you're not producing on the field. Like, what are you doing here? Like, give me more Jordan Watkins if Demarcus Robinson's just going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of Brian's comment in trading Jennings?
For what? Then who's playing receiver? What are we?
Yeah.
It's just, let's trade Kittle too while we're at it. We got Farrell and Tongas there. We'll be fine. No, absolutely not.
No, I wouldn't want to see him go.
I'm not going to trade him because he is helping us win. Like, don't take Sunday's game and be like, oh, he's trash. No, He is
No.
helping us. He is producing, right? Maybe because he had one drop, you don't get rid of him. So, and we are we're in first place in our division. We're competing for not only the division title, but number one in the NFC right now. I know it's still very early, but this is the position we're in.
Yep.
Right.
I'm not giving away weapons being in this position. Like, no, that's not what you do. Like, you keep that around. So I'm not trading him for anything.
If you're trading him, you have to trade him for more than what you're going to get for a comp pick when he gets signed inevitably by the Denver Broncos
Right.
to be their number 2 wide receiver, because that's what they do. They just tend to go for everybody the 49ers no longer need. Or a team like that, right? It'll be Seattle, or it'll be, Seattle will put him next to Jackson Smith and Jigba or something like that, right? Be one of those deals. But there's going to be a comp pick there. Could be a 3rd rounder, could be a 4th rounder,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to trade a 3rd or a 4th rounder right now for Jawan Jennings. So just hold it. There's absolutely no need to trade him right now, unless somebody's like,
No.
unless it's a deal for Max Crosby and Jacoby Myers, then no, Jawan Jennings is going nowhere. Okay, so yeah.
Tina, what do you think?
Keep him. Where are you going to trade him with? I mean, yeah, like Ty said, he had one drop ball. Yeah, he didn't look all that good, but the guy has produced for us. I mean, in crucial downs. Keep him. We need somebody like him. He knows the system. He knows what he's doing. But, when you look at the long term, what are you going to trade him with? That's my question. What are you going to trade him for? Keep the guy in, see what he does. If he works out for another year, he works out. But I wouldn't trade him now.
All right, let's switch over to the defense. I love the fact that Fred Warner was there in his suite.
You knew who he would be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Motivation.
The guy's such a leader.
Mhm.
Definitely loved by the team as well as the fans. Your thoughts on him, and then on Tatum Bethune, taking over. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, you knew Fred would be there. Like, he's just there. He shows up no matter what. So him being there is a no-brainer. I still want to know how he got down from his booth to the field so quick post game, because like he must have that. He took that John Lynch elevator down or something.
He's got the John Lynch Batcave entrance.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what that is.
He got there quick, man. But Fred's the leader. He's going to be there no matter what. So him being there, I mean, the guys already had motivation to play in his honor, and him showing up, I'm sure gave them that extra juice. So that's very cool. Tatum Bethune, spoke about him last week. They believe in him. They like him. Wonderful run defender. And we saw that on full display. He came downhill thumping. Did pretty good in pass coverage, right? Didn't really allow anything big. But for me, the situation, he wasn't overwhelmed by the situation. The game wasn't too big for him. He handled everything in stride. And that's what I like to see. Him showing that, hey, he's not trying to replace Fred or be Fred. He's just trying to play his game and handle everything. And he did that. And that's a good sign for us going forward, because he won't press, won't make too many mistakes, knock on wood, hopefully, and just do his job. And that's what we need. So I'm real happy for him that he played well, and I think he'll do that going forward.
His first game as a starter, 56 snaps, 10 tackles. He led the team, 1 tackle for a loss, 4 stops, 1 quarterback pressure, targeted 2 times, allowed 14 yards, overall grade 79.3, run grade 76, coverage grade 67.2. Tina, what are your thoughts on Fred and Tatum?
It was great to see Fred. I think he's such a motivating force for the team. And his energy just carries right over. even though he was in the booth, I heard he was on the sidelines for a while earlier, but his energy is there, and it pumps everybody up, and that was great to see. Especially when the stadium, they showed him on the big screen, and the whole stadium just shook, because he was on there. So I'm great. I'm very grateful to see him out there, motivating everybody. And Bethune, that dude, he got my vote. What he did, I mean, the way he was moving, that, yeah, he wasn't trying to be Fred. He's being himself, and he's doing it one play at a time, one like I said, one play at a time, and taking it in stride. And that's what we need. And he balled. I mean, I was so impressed by his play and what he did. The guy's got the speed, man. I was just like, whoa. But it was great to see that, somebody out there young doing something like that, and his movements, his speed. And he was just like, okay, this is my position. This is what I got to do. I'm going to do it. And he did it. He executed. And that's what made it even better to see that. And that was like a little spark in the game, other than seeing Fred. It was like, ooh, this guy can really do something. I was very impressed by him. Very impressed.
The game's not too big for him.
No.
Not at all.
No.
I mean, he did play at Florida State. They play some pretty big games.
Mm-hmm.
But him taking over, like, for whom he took over from, first game on primetime TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
right? all that going on.
Yeah.
Like, didn't do too bad.
No.
Handled it. So that's what I mean. Like, he didn't get overwhelmed. The moment everything was not too big for him, just stayed humbled, stayed focused, played ball. Like Terra
Did his
said, he
job.
balled out. So
Yeah.
I'm real happy for him.
Yeah. He did
What do you
his
think,
job.
Patty?
I mean, the way he was prepared for this game, with the whole showing of Fred Warner's very first start, right?
Mhm.
Gives these guys this peace of mind to be like, oh, wait, you mean I don't have to like replace all of Fred Warner's like I don't have to meet him where he's at right now before his injury. Like he started somewhere else too. You know what I mean? Like his Madden rating hasn't always been a 90 whatever, right? Is really what it
Yeah.
boils down to. And I think it shows a really big willingness to meet someone and meet a player where they're at so that they can feel comfortable knowing the task at hand so that they can move forward. It's a super underrated thing. Like they've done a really good job this year of getting some young guys ready to play. Not
Yeah.
only did they do a good job of getting young guys who are able to play, but they've done a
Mhm.
really good job of getting those guys ready this year. Whether it's been
Right.
Kyle, whether it's been Robert Sala, whether it's been Chris Kucherik, whether it's been any of them, right? Like we can go up and down the line. Defensive line coach, et cetera, et cetera. Just having that mentality and getting up there is huge. And they're going to take that next step. They'll get a little better. And you hope that they go out and they, there's some help out there that they can get without having to give up a bunch of different things. And they go out and they get some help that they're actually going to, use, right? They're not just going to trade a pick just to sit this person on the bench for fun. So
Exactly.
not that they've ever done that recently off Brian Robinson, but
They don't do that.
I love what Fred Warner did. I love what Tatum Bethune did. But the thing about Fred Warner just makes me ask one real simple question. It's not a long one, but and they're different injuries, but they also aren't. Where the hell is Nick Bosa?
He's
You see Nick
there.
Bosa anywhere? I mean,
I
He's there.
maybe he's just not as photogenic as Fred, but like I'd like to see him too. Just that's another one of our missing wounded, right? Like
Hmm.
I don't know. Just
yeah,
doesn't
he
seem to be as front and center.
they had guests today at the facility, and he was there. He has a sleeve on his right knee, and he's still on
Mhm.
crutches.
Yeah, he was there. He's around.
Right.
Yeah,
just-
and
I
they
don't think
did,
he
and
showed up
Robert Sala
to
did
win.
say that he was, he was around.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, someone should, some of his people should probably tell them to maybe slap him on TV once in a while too, because he's somewhat important to this franchise, and it makes it look like, frankly, the compare and contrast. Like if you guys hadn't told me that, I'd be like, what? You go back home and stay at Cheryl's
Nah,
house and have her make omelets again?
He's
Like,
not in
I
Florida.
mean,
He's not in
yeah,
Florida.
you know what I mean. So that's what I was
Yeah.
asking. It just the
Yeah.
way it was being portrayed. If you just watched the game on Sunday night, right? Like what? Every time I turn around, it was, yeah, there's Fred Warner. Hey, there's Fred Warner. Hey, there's Fred Warner. I never saw Nick Bosa once. Like, I would definitely make a point of that to someone if they were out there. It seems like kind of an important thing. It's just an optic thing.
All right, let's talk a little Bryce Huff. 2 sacks, 5 pressures. It's clear that the Eagles did not use him correctly. Thoughts on him? Unfortunately, he has the pulled hammy, so he's out the
Mhm.
next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Dina, your thoughts on Bryce Huff?
I thought he did exceptionally well. And like you said, that's the talk here in the city too. That if he had stayed, would they have used him the way we did? And no, that would not be exactly.
Last year.
Yeah, no.
Same coach.
No.
Right.
So I thought he did very well, given the fact that he has a hamstring. But he's clearly in his element, and that showed. I mean, he was able to do what he has to do, and that's what we need. That's what we need. And I just need him to get better, get that hamstring taken care of. I know that's very painful, but I thought he did exceptionally well with what we have and what he's been through. So I think he's a good fit here.
Yeah, Maddie.
Another one bites the dust, man. Oh, here we go. He's playing good. Okay. Great game. See you in a few weeks. Like, that's what I have to say about it, right? Like, okay, I hope the next guy that replaces him plays just as well. Like, another good job by this team of going out and, they usually do a fairly good job finding the right fits. Sometimes you don't agree with it, and it's like, huh? But more often than not, they get those guys. He's happened to be one of those guys. Also, again, Robert Sala. Pretty sure this isn't happening last year.
Yes, and I am going.
Definitely not happened last year. Let's just put it that way. So,
Mhm.
that's just how I look at that. So, it's amazing what happens when you hire a defensive coordinator who has the mentality of a head coach, because all of a sudden the defense is able to withstand some things that they weren't able to withstand previously. Also, shout out Chase Lucas. We see you.
Yeah, Ty.
Yeah, talk about a guy balling out. Huff balled out. Like he played a whale of a game. He was getting after it, but the entire D line was getting after it. Like we talked about the O line being challenged to get it done. I think the D line was challenged a bit to get the job done too, because not only was Huff getting after it, like all the other guys were getting after it too. Like there were a lot of guys who played very well on Sunday, and you love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks to see him go down with an injury, but hey, we should be used to it by now. It's par for the course.
Yeah.
Hopefully he just gets back and comes back at the end of the season when we can use him. When we'll need him the most, I should say, getting that playoff run going. So,
Yeah.
I can't mention him without giving a shout out to Robert Saleh, who putting him in position to succeed. Remember, for the last 2 years, people have been talking about get rid of the Y9. We got to get rid of the Y9. What are we running? Y9. What was Huff getting pressured off? Y9. See, if you got a guy in place who knows how to run it, it can be wildly effective for you. That's all we needed. So I'm just hoping Huff comes back healthy, heal up quick, knock on wood, all that good stuff, because I want to see him back out there.
Yeah.
Yes, and Ty, you're going, right?
Yep. Yes, indeed.
That's the plan.
Yep.
Sin's going too. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
I'm driving from Maine down, so I'm
Ooh.
back.
Take that, Sin.
Yeah. So the number one rushing offense in the Falcons only had 62 yards.
Wow.
So our defensive line, like Michael Williams, CJ West, they did pretty well. Alfred Collins, they're
Mhm.
definitely growing in the system, which is really cool to see, because a lot of people were kind of bummed that we have so many rookies on the defensive side of the ball, and how are they going to perform. The pass interference call on Demo was not pass interference.
I know.
That was just the weekly 49ers get a bullshit call against them for no
Yeah,
apparent reason
yeah,
other
that
than
was
the fact
fine.
that they're the 49ers and they're supposed to get a bullshit call against them every week.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's super important. Sometimes it's real. And watching Chris Collinsworth like trip over himself to try to like justify that call is probably
I
my
know.
favorite
It's
thing.
terrible.
Yeah.
More so than
I-
anything. It's like,
yeah.
no, dude, they blew the shit out of that call.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop it. Seek help.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
maybe could have gotten away with calling it illegal contact.
That
But
is
even
the
that was
only
weak,
thing I would
'cause that's-
buy. Yeah.
Exactly. Even
But
that
not-
was weak because it was such light, just hand joshing, which happens on every play between wide receiver and DB. And it didn't affect the pass or anything, or the receiver trying to catch the ball
No.
in any way, shape, or form.
Nope.
Like
There's
it was
nothing
just
there.
all, no matter how they would have tried to spin it.
Right. So where was the pass interference?
Yeah, well, there
Wasn't
wasn't none.
there. There wasn't there.
There wasn't.
It was in
Really?
the official's head, I'm assuming. Like
I mean,
that is
like,
the
Yeah.
only thing
you
I
know,
could
Yeah.
see.
like you said, Ty. I mean, his hands going back and forth. That's to be expected.
Yeah.
But there was nothing interfering
Yeah.
with
You
with
do
that
not
play.
interfere
So
with the wide receiver's ability to catch the ball in any way.
No.
Like the receiver didn't even put himself in position to catch the
to
ball.
catch the ball.
Lenore was in better position to play the ball.
Exactly.
The receiver
Exactly.
stayed outside. So, like, if anything, it's offensive pass interference. Like,
I
Yeah.
cannot figure out why a
F them
flag
refs.
needs to be thrown there. That was just one of those things where I think an official just decided I'm going to throw a flag on this play if I don't like the looks of it, and that's exactly what they did.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it happens. It happens at every single level and every single game at the weirdest
Yeah.
damn times. But
Yeah, it was
that's
very
what happened.
annoying.
Well,
yeah, well,
predetermined
I'm used
flag
to it
there.
at this point. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we need
I-
an injury timeout, kinda. You know what I mean? Like or
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is. I gotta adjust my pants. I don't know what the hell they need to do, but
Yeah.
like they
Refs
decided
are
to throw a
tired of
flag.
running. Ooh, I got to catch my breath. Flag.
Ooh.
I know. I choked on a mozzarella stick over that play.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, it's the lack of consistency that pisses me off, right? You're gonna let them get away with pretty much whatever they get away with the whole game, but then you're gonna call an absolute non-existent pass interference penalty.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Right.
Exactly.
It just blows my mind. Or when they've let holding go the entire game, and then here comes
And then
the
call
holding
it.
calls
Yeah.
Yeah.
back to back, or like
Crucial
what?
third down.
Oh,
we
my
convert. Oh,
aching.
holding.
Holding.
What?
What? Where?
Nick Bosa's been in a chokehold all game. They called nothing. Yeah.
All right, special teams. Eddie De Niro.
Yay!
Finally got a kicker, man.
Yeah.
Like he's got it, and he stayed healthy. And even when he hasn't stayed healthy, he's been able to roll through it because somebody tried to kick him the other night. I don't know what the hell that was all about.
Yeah.
But
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
like, or he
Didn't
stepped
see
up,
that.
like whatever it was. There was some sort of something, and he was like, and I'm like, are you kidding me? If Eddie Pinheiro gets hurt, like I'm walking into the street. Like I'm done. Like that's enough. That is enough. We're not doing this again.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that that did not continue. He's been a find.
Tarado wants to know, are they drinking vitamin water or Gatorade?
They need to start drinking something. They need some of that
Okay.
Bobby Boucher water. Keep them going.
Jeez. Yeah, have a shot of vodka or something.
Yeah, you're not the only one that these soft tissue injuries are driving crazy.
If
Yeah.
Dustin Perry still has a job at the beginning of next season, I have some major questions for some people.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it's only
All right.
been a handful of them. 3, 4. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, but it just seems like they're like obviously like not that it seems it's the case that like after every game or practice there's an injury, there's something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna get to a couple of those in a few minutes, but game balls.
Mm-hmm.
Get Dina.
Oh, dag, just put me on the spot. Okay. Collins. Dag. I just forgot dude's name. Isn't that awful? Huff. And damn. I'm actually going to say CMC.
Okay. I am going with Tatum Bethune, Bryce Huff, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, and Chase Lucas. Good, Ty.
Yeah, I got one for Chase Lucas and number 28, cornerback. What's his name? Filled in for Renardo Green. Why am I drawing a blank?
Upton Stout?
Nope.
No.
No.
Chase Lucas filled in for Upton Stout.
Oh shoot, that's right.
Oh.
Darrell
Luter
Luter.
Jr. My
Darrell
goodness,
Luter Jr.
Darrell Luter Jr., who played a good game. I got to give one to Sam Okinawa, who played a really good game, and Alfred Collins, who was in there pushing the pocket. They played very well.
Mhm.
And then I got to give one up to just the middle of the offensive line. Jake Brendel, Matt Hennessy, Dominic Pooney, and Connor Colby. They stepped up to the challenge. They know last week they got whipped. Matt Hennessy wasn't there, but this week was them challenging. They were challenged to get the job done. The run game was going right behind them. So they needed to win for this run game to be successful. And they won. They stepped up to the challenge. And
Yeah.
hats off to them for doing so.
Yeah, Maddie.
CMC, Eddie Pinheiro, and Chase Lucas. Those are my
Okay.
three. I'm
All right.
stingy with the game balls. That's just who I am. But also, if Kyle Shanahan doesn't win Coach of the Year this year, I want the award to go away.
We are going to get to that. Hold on
Okay,
to that
good.
thought. All right, moving on to Houston. Today's practice, Renardo Green, Upton Stout are back in a limited capacity. Demo out with a quad. No Pearsall, Purdy limited. Robert Beal Jr. was brought up to the active roster, and Gibson was released, but he's probably going to come back to the practice squad. Your thoughts on the injuries today, Ty?
Yeah, Demo's quad was surprising. Like, what's that about? Didn't see that. Hopefully it's just a precaution thing. Keep him out, let him rest.
Yeah.
I want to see if he practices tomorrow. Good to see Green and Stout back on the field, to use that depth, even though I'd be fine if Luter and Chase Lucas has to give it a go again, but still want the bodies there. I want the depth, right? Everything else is par for the course. Like, we're not seeing Brock on freaking AstroTurf with that toe. Well, Field Turf now, not AstroTurf, showing my age. Field Turf now in Houston
Yeah.
with that toe. It's not going to happen, folks. Just
No.
leave it alone.
And we're not going to see him against the Giants either.
There's
Oh.
absolutely
There's no way on earth you let him into MetLife Stadium.
Hell,
with
I'll go
that
in for
crap.
him.
Like,
Ooh.
for everybody going to that game, walk gingerly. You might tear an ACL walking in the parking lot. That's how terrible it is. Like,
Knock on wood.
I don't even want Brock.
I'm going to leave there with a high
to
ankle
New York.
sprain. I'm going to blame Ty. for
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
I know, right?
Damn it,
If that
Ty.
happens to me, I'm going to be like, God
Son
damn
of a
it, Ty.
bitch.
I know.
Exactly.
I already
So, yeah.
got a damaged
So,
foot.
Yeah, Ricky P, we know he's banged up. You won't see him either. So everything else is par for the course.
Yeah.
When the hell's Ricky P going to go on IR so they can, do some other work?
I don't think that's an idea.
Yeah.
It blows my
Kind of
mind.
like
They've
Brock.
just
They
been
don't want to put him on IR.
they have burned through some roster spots this year, man. With just there's Brock has been on, like, outside of the Jacksonville game, like, he should have been on IR the whole time, right? Like, that would have freed up some roster spot stuff. Like, I don't know. Sometimes the regular roster management is very confusing to me. Just
Yeah.
those two seem like IR candidates. Like, the Ricky Pearsall one is specifically one. Like, he's now at 4 weeks, and
Right.
there's no bye week in the middle of the season. The bye week is still freaking weeks away, guys.
I know.
Yeah.
Weeks. Like, the bye week isn't until after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Week
Just as a reminder,
14.
and it's so weird
Yep.
because almost every year it's week 8, week 9, week 10, week 8, week 9, week 10, right in that vicinity. Just kind of. I mean, when it gets here, it's going to be great, but who the hell's going to be left at that point? You know what I mean? So, like, I'm trying to temper my expectations, but geez, you'd like to see the guy play at some point.
Yeah.
Literally came back from being shot faster than this knee injury. So, like, and that's what I don't get about it. All it looked like was he banged his knee on grass, right? Banged his knee on grass. He's been over through. What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
Like, just there just seems to be an onion, and there's layers that need to be peeled with something. I don't know if it's strength and conditioning. I don't know if it's initial medical staff screenings. I don't know if it's a lack of this. It could be 100 different things. It could be nothing. But
Yeah.
it's just so weird. It's never like open and shut injury season with this team. It's always like, it seems like it's okay. Just kidding. He's having his leg amputated. Like, it just seems like that's where it goes to the next day, almost every time. And it's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
it just seemed like it was going to be a 1 or 2 game thing for Pearsall. Now it's just like, oh, okay, well, see you for the Rams game, maybe? I don't know. I don't want him playing at MetLife Stadium next week. I can tell you that much,
Oh,
too.
no.
Houston and the Giants back to back, if they survive these next 2 games without some sort of ridiculousness happening, like injury wise, knocking on the wood,
Yeah.
like, then maybe we'll have finally turned a corner a little bit. Because if you polled players on the 2 worst, those 2 would probably be number 1, 2, maybe 3. And you get them in back-to-back weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It's always weird how that stuff happens at 49ers, isn't it? That weird stuff.
Yeah.
Ted Hill says, let's stomp the Texans, go 49ers. That's right. Welcome, Ted. I don't think I've seen you around here before. Leon Sandcastle. They have a limited amount of IR returns they're saving for specific players.
Yeah, we know. Because
We know,
they
but
have used. I think the only one they've used is with Kevin Givens, right?
Yeah.
Kittle.
So they got IR slots in the pocket, banking.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're banking them for, but I know they're playing that game, and you have to. So
Yeah, Kevin Givens, Kittle, now Spencer Burford.
yeah, the kid will go on IR.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
He
did.
did. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. The game plan to beat the Texans. Yeah, Ty.
I think same thing. The little smash mouth running the ball football. They have kind of a light front, the way the Falcons have a light front. So I'm thinking you challenge that line once again to get it done once again. We saw Seattle have some success running the ball against them, and Seattle's running our offense. They got the Kubiak there calling the same stuff. So let's get to it. Let's do that. Pressure CJ Stroud. They're not looking good offensively at all. I mean, they kind of mirror us. They play good defense and play some crap offense. Like they can't score. So
Tons of injured
put
receivers.
pressure on them. And
Yeah.
they got both teams got injured receivers. So I got no love for them on that front. Like first time, join the club.
And they do not have CMC in the backfield either.
Nope,
save
there's
their
no
ass.
CMC or Bijan Robinson there for them.
That is the big difference between these two teams.
Yeah. So, if we play 49 football, play clean, don't turn the ball over. This should be another victory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said that Christian Kirk and Nico Collins did not practice today.
Yeah.
Well, this, by the way, is one of the few times a schedule has actually worked out in the 49ers' favor. Like, if I'm the Houston Texans, I'm calling the league and I'm like, so you want us to play a late game in freaking Seattle on a Monday at 10 o'clock, and then you're going to have us play a Sunday game at noon our time the next week?
Early.
Nico Collins isn't going to play in this game, guys. And if he
There's
does,
no
he's going to be less than
clear
100%.
concussion.
There's no way he's going to clear
No way.
concussion protocol. There's not enough time. Like, he basically got his concussion on Monday. Right? Like, is really what it boils down to. Like, there's so like he's already a day behind. Nico Collins is their offense. Like, he's their guy. Without him, they've got what's left of Nick Chubb, whatever Woody Marks is, and Dalton Schultz.
Yeah,
like
Dalton
Jalen Noel got
actually their leading receiver.
Yeah,
that would be the go-to guy.
He had as many targets as Nico Collins the other day. After Nico Collins left that game, they ended up with the same amount of targets. Why is that? Because they don't trust anybody else. CJ Stroud is going to do a lot of dump offs to his tight end. So whoever is covering the tight end on Sunday is going to get a lot of work.
And even then, their offense hasn't been that great.
No, it's that when I'm talking about your tight end who was cast off from the Cowboys a few years ago as your number one option, your offense is struggling, right? Like big time. And we've seen that over and over and over again with this team. So keep it down on special teams. They'll probably make mistakes on the offensive side. And some of those mistakes could be just to be aggressive, right? To try to jumpstart things. Just do your thing. Go in there, win it by 7 to 10 points and move the hell on. And then get ready for the Giants next week because that place is going to be nuts.
Yeah.
Could we actually get our first interception this weekend?
Oh, I think
that would be nice.
I would, if there's a prop bet on that, I would probably make that bet.
Yeah, CJ puts the ball in harm's way. He takes chances.
Yeah,
So,
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't
happen.
be shocked this week if the defense actually scores a touchdown. They're due for one of those.
Yeah,
Dina,
and
what's
they're
your game
humming
plan?
right now.
Mm-hmm.
Run the ball. Run the ball. And if we keep doing that, I think we're going to throw their defense off because their defense is pretty weak. We need to just run the ball. And the other thing too is get the quarterback out of rhythm, which is not very hard to do, apparently.
No, because of that.
Get
right
him
there.
out of his rhythm, and look, our defense will take over. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah.
Run the ball and get the quarterback out of rhythm. And we
10
got
carries
it.
for
O-line.
12 yards for Woody Marks the other day, I believe it was, at one point. 10 carries for
Mhm.
12 yards. Seattle's got an
Yeah.
okay defense, but
Yeah, but
it's not that good.
Yeah.
So that kind of tells you how things are.
right.
So yeah, this is one of those games. It's going to be ugly. I don't think it's going to be pretty in any way, but I don't care. Stack all the ugly wins you want. They look
Right.
adorable together, right?
Hey, as long as it's a win at the end of the day.
It's a pretty
Yeah.
picture.
Exactly.
All right, X factors. Ty, go.
X factors. Ooh. Let me pick somebody. I'm going to say Kendrick Bourne being the X factor on offense for us. The strength of the Houston Texans defense is their secondary, but I think they can get got. And I think Kyle will dial something up for them. And that Jones-Bourne connection can do some things. Defensively, what I'm going to say? Defensively, I'm going to go with Alfred Collins getting pushed up the middle, just making CJ uncomfortable. So I'll go there.
I am actually going to go with the coaches, Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh.
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah, Dina.
Yeah, Collins definitely. I'd like to see Robinson in more.
Which one? We got two of them.
We have three.
I
Both of
bet
Oh,
I bet I
God.
We
know
got
which
three,
Robinson she
exactly.
wants
We
to
got
see.
Curtis.
The one that
Two, yeah.
compliments Kittle. Can't remember his first name. The G? No. Well, don't get me to line. I'm tired.
Demarcus Robinson, wide receiver, and Brian Robinson, running back.
Wide receiver. No, running back. Running back.
Brian Robinson
Yeah.
Jr.
Yeah. I'd like to see more of him. And Collins, definitely. So that's what I'm going to go with for now.
Yeah, Maddie.
Juwan Jennings. I think he's gonna have a big game in this one. I don't think they're I don't
You know
think
what?
I don't think their secondary is gonna match up with him and his physicality. He plays a different brand of ball than what they're used to. He makes a lot of contested catches. And they're not the type that are just gonna be like, oh hey, Daryl Stingley, make sure you cover him, right? Like I think Juwan Jennings Juwan Jennings to me has been due for a big day for a while. Like he
True.
usually has one of those 40-ass point fantasy days when you least expect it, right? I just feel like this is a week that Juwan Jennings comes in and has a couple of touchdowns, and we're like, oh wow, that's why we like Juwan Jennings so much, right?
Right.
And this seems to be one of those games too, like on third down, he might be the guy to look for. I also expect it not necessarily an X factor, but I expect a hell of a lot more out of George Kittle in the receiving game this week.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what? Jess, you mentioned the coaches and, that matchup between D'Amico, Kyle Shanahan, that's going to be, the big matchup of the day, obviously. And, Kyle has a bit of an ego. Like last week, all the talk was about, Bijan Robinson. Now he's the back. And, Kyle was sitting back like, oh, so they're just going to ignore my guy?
Yeah.
No one's talking about my guy? Oh, I got something for you. I'm going to show you who the real back is in this league. Christian, I got 60 plays for you. Drink a Gatorade. So, like the strength of the Texans being the secondary and you can't pass against them, I bet Kyle will dial some stuff up for all these guys, including George Kittle, to be like, well, we're going to run this ball, but I got some pass plays dialed up for you too. So we can see some things. So, yeah.
I'm going to go with George Kittle too, because this weekend is National Tight Ends Day.
It is.
Okay.
That's right. And we know Kyle Kyle scripts up those plays for George. So yes.
All right. Last topic before we get out of here. Kyle Shanahan and Coach of the Year. You think as of right now, is Kyle Shanahan the Coach of the Year? Maddie.
It's him or Mike. It's him or Mike Vrabel. So whoever finishes better between the two of those guys is the Coach of the Year. And I am not accepting any other options or opinions at this time. No LaFleur's, no McVay's, no Campbell's, no
Dan
Reed's,
Quinn,
no Sirianni's.
Oh no.
No, none of it. Mike Vrabel or Kyle Shanahan. That's it. And it's those two, and it's like they're out ahead and everybody else is back, and they might as well be eating grass off the ground because those two are so far ahead of everybody else right now. So, whatever. I mean, you might be able to do a Shane Steichen in Indianapolis, but he's been there for 3 years. And now they changed their quarterback to one that's competent, and now they're playing well. So, okay, congratulations. Like, you haven't had an injury every single week, and you've had most of your team the whole time. So, and also you didn't completely suck last year like the Patriots did. So, if you take the two of those together, like to me, it's you just put them in a hat and pick them out, and I don't think you can go wrong with either way. But one has had way more injuries to deal with and has had to be creative every single week, while the other one has been able to develop and move forward every week. So to me right now, I'm giving it to Kyle Shanahan, but the media is a fickle thing, my friends.
Go ahead, Ty.
Yes.
Yeah, if the season ended today, I would definitely give it to Kyle. I mean, we all know what he's had to deal with and keeping things afloat, and you just don't lose what he's lost and still keep going. You don't go up against division opponents and be undefeated at this point, right? It just doesn't happen. Yet here we are. So you have to give it to him. Along those lines, assistant of the year is clearly going to Robert Saleh, right? Like, what other assistant is doing the job that he's doing?
Right.
So it should be a 1-2 punch in that category.
Yeah, Dina.
Team Kyle, all the way. Given all the adversity that he has to put up with, and what he's accomplished thus far, Kyle. No other.
Do you guys think that Saleh will be a hot head coaching candidate this offseason? Or do you think like he's just going to be in with some guys and we'll be back next year?
I think they're going to do everything in their power to bring him back next year.
Yeah.
I keep looking around the league.
Coach candidate.
Yeah. I keep looking around the league and I'm trying to figure out like what would be a good fit for him, right? And I'm also looking around the league and I'm like, where are there going to be openings next year?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the other thing I look at too is this is going to be his second go around. I feel very strongly that he's going to be not looking to go to a place that maybe has a terrible owner, right? So, maybe you can start, like you could probably start eliminating some teams, right? It's way better to be a really good coordinator on a really good team for a really good owner than it is to be a head coach for a shitty owner who's going to throw you under the bus and throw your quarterback under the bus every chance they get. Not that he has done that in back-to-back years or anything like that, Woody Johnson. So that's why I'm saying that, you know what I mean? So that if you look at a team like the Bengals or the Cardinals, those are two teams that I think probably be looking at like, new coaches next year. I don't see him being like, oh, let me run to those franchises, right? And I don't think a lot of the other franchises that might be as attractive will be open. You know what I mean? Like I can't imagine he'd want to go to Tennessee. Like, who wants to go to Tennessee? Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
They're
what
so
a disaster
down there. Yeah.
What a disaster. Let's fire the coach. Then let's fire the GM who makes a stupid decision that no one agrees with. And instead of giving the coach the power to do anything, we'll hire someone else from another organizations to take over. Then we'll fire the coach, and then we'll fire the GM that we fired the coach so that we could hold the GM for, and then we'll bring in 2 new people, and then we're going to now fire yet another coach. If I was a Titans
Things that
fan,
don't
I would
make
just
sense.
be, I would be
Yeah.
like out of my mind.
Right.
Bud Adams is rolling in his grave right now, just spinning, just over and over and over again, like George Steinbrenner is. Just disgusted with
Yep.
his namesakes.
Yeah.
All right. 2-minute warning. Go ahead, Dina.
Okay, we got a good game coming up this week. Need everybody to stay healthy, stay focused. We got this. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Get the quarterback off his square. We got this.
Shout out to the chat. Thanks for coming through. Yesterday, 3 years ago yesterday, we traded for CMC.
Yep.
Um,
Not
And the
bad.
offense hasn't run through anybody else since.
and congratulations to CMC for being the NFC Player of the Week this week.
Yeah,
And
Finally, somebody beside a kicker.
and next week we're gonna have Kate Rooney on the show. She's with Pix 11 News to chat Niners Giants. We had her on when we were first starting out, and she was in the Bay Area covering the Niners. So it'll be fun to catch up with her again. And Ty, you're up.
Yeah, and Kate is a 49ers fan. She's a member of the faithful. So
Yes.
tune in and welcome her with open arms. What was I going to say? Something about something. Lost my train of thought. Hyping up Kate. But hey, go Niners. Oh, execution over injuries. Like, stop focus on injuries. It's about execution. You saw what happened on Sunday night. Execution, execution, execution by the guys on the field. That's what matters most. So keep that in perspective and go Niners. Stay faithful, everybody.
Yeah, Maddie.
I have 4 games left for tickets. Panthers, Bears, Titans, and what could be for the division title against the Seahawks to end the year. NinersWO.com to get your tickets now so you can get your food and your non-alcoholic drinks with it. And that way you can be there in the player tunnel watching them go on the field. Get hyped.
Yes.
You
Good
know the
deal with
marquee game
seats
there is the
and the
Bears
food.
game.
That's
Mm.
the one I'm having the toughest
It's-
time, like debating whether or not I
it's-
want to sell it or not.
It's
Mm.
kicker versus kicker.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
If he
God.
comes back on a Sunday night, oh my mother of pearl.
I'm telling you right now.
I am
Brock
telling you.
Purdy, George Kittle, blah, blah, blah. Freaking Williams and all those guys from the Bears. No one's going to talk about them. The
Yeah.
story of that week is going to be about the kickers. I'm saying it now.
Oh
Yep.
man.
Yep.
Well, we'll be sure to talk about other things.
Yes.
All right, guys. That'll do it for us. We'll see you next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. As always, go Niners. Let's get that dub.
Bang
See you,
bang.
everybody.
Safe travels to Houston.
Love
for
you,
those of
Bebop.
that are going.
And of course, for the upstart 49ers, they're 6 yards away from Pontiac. 3rd and 3.
We'll see a pickup sometime on the right side, possibly.
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone.